Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be sharing a spooky little project that I made over the weekend. It's basically a 3D printed pumpkin that doubles up as a candle holder, which looks pretty wicked in the dark, and it can also be used for storing general items like USBs and other small bits that you may have on your desk. In this video I'm going to be going through how I modeled, printed and put this thing together, and I'll also be sharing a couple of things that I picked up in PrusaSlicer which really helped while I was printing this. So that's the plan for this video. Let's jump into Fusion 360 and get designing. Alright guys, so here we are in Fusion 360. This is basically going to be a speed run of me modeling this pumpkin, and as usual, if you'd like a full in-depth video on how I did this, drop a comment below and I can get that organised for you guys. Essentially the process was fairly straightforward. It was just a case of outlining the shape of the pumpkin and then using the revolve tool to get the overall shape. Then I use a split body and pipe tools in combination to get those little indents that form the grooves around the pumpkin, and then that coupled up with the circular pattern tool gave that overall pattern around the edges. Then to get the pumpkin face, all you have to do is set up an offset plane a little bit of a distance away from the body, draw out the eyes and the mouth, and then use the extrude tool to extrude in almost from a distance and cut into the pumpkin, so you're almost carving out from a distance. The lid was pretty straightforward. Again, it's just a case of using an offset plane at whichever height you want to be the lid and then splitting the body. And then lastly, you extrude a cylinder through the middle of the pumpkin to get the container shape so you can put whatever you want inside it. And that's pretty much it. And then the final bit was making a little stalk that goes on top of the lid. That also makes it look like a real pumpkin, but also it helps you pick up the lid and put it back whenever you're done with it. So that's basically the modelling in a nutshell. Right guys, so here we are in PrusaSlicer, which is the main slicer I use, and here's the model we've been working on. Now off the bat you can tell that this model is going to require supports. There's quite a lot of overhang in these bottom regions here, and then you've got the top of the eyes are overhanging and obviously the top of the mouth. So obviously 3D printers can't print in thin air, so some support is going to be required. Now up until this point, what I'd usually been doing was going onto supports, let me just remove all that, and relying on PrusaSlicer to calculate where supports are required. That usually works quite well, but on this model it was just leading to really bad results. You can see in these pictures here, I was getting really uneven layers and also some layer shifting happening, which I suspect was due to the model curling up. Anyway, so what I tried in this case was just try and solve this issue. If we remove all selection, I set, as a little test, I set the angle threshold to about 45 degrees, and then I realised that that's exactly where the layer shifting was happening. So that kind of tipped me off that this was indeed a support issue. So in this case, if you set the angle to 45 degrees and force it and then slice it, you see that the model is far better supported. There you are. So that was how I printed the model. And then if I switch over to the top, that's a fairly straightforward model in terms of supports. Basically the whole thing's going to need to be supported. I didn't really fancy printing on this upside down because of adhesion issues, and also the whole top surface would be quite rough, so I just bit the bullet here and supported all this, so it ended up looking a bit like this. And there we are. And here we have it guys, this was a fun little Halloween project I wanted to share with you all. I hope that it was either a little bit entertaining or maybe even a little bit informative. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and comment, as it really helps grow the channel. And if you have any cool project ideas that you'd like me to have a crack at, please let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can give them a go. But otherwise, until next time, bye bye.